You also mentioned there is a danger that we can make bad training faster. Tell us a little bit more about that. How does that happen?
Yes. So if you ask the average person, if every listener looks outside and they see within their town, city, community, you ask anybody what training is, they will all tell you to teacher, to lecturer at my university. There's a quiz at the end. It's a video. There's a quiz. Like the world and the internet is perpetuated with this idea that learning is teaching. Great, we teach. And then on top, and that's actually part of the danger because all the LLMs are trained on that. So to the average person, even just using a regular LLM, you have to be really hard to break out of that. Otherwise, all you're going to be getting is just lecture-filled courses with a quiz at the end. So that's at this level. But you amplify that further. There's a lot of brilliant tech companies who I really respect and admire, tech companies though, that don't know learning and development, that when they create tech, it's likewise this idea of training is good. It's like, it's a course, it's content, there's a quiz at the end. So we have a lot of great tech companies making bad training faster.
Mm-hmm.
The worst example I would say is think about the ability to create, I can have a lecturer deliver a morning course. There's so much of that out there. There's so much of lectures delivering morning courses, whether in person, virtual, or pre-recorded. Great. Now I can use AI instead of doing that. I can create an AI avatar delivering my 27-minute lecture course with a quiz at the end. It wasn't good to begin with. Now we have tech that makes that faster. And it's not just the videos. Now we can create an e-learning of a bad course made faster. We can create polished fluff. We can make that faster. We can create training courses, which is what I'm seeing right now, on things that don't need to be trained because we can.
Yeah.
The world doesn't need more training. It needs more effective training to derive the business outcome. And unfortunately, technology is masking that because we can do a lot faster. But are we doing the right things?
Yeah, so that's interesting. So ultimately, scale is always an issue for learning and development and has been an issue. Limited amount of people, limited resources to create training. Now we're throwing AI at it so we can create training faster. But if the training isn't well designed, is not effective, doesn't meet the learner where they're at, then we're just accelerating, creating bad stuff. And ultimately, all this bad stuff is out in our LMSs and is plugging it for the people that cannot even find anything anymore. So lots of risks there. Now,